Welcome to the Deep Dive. Okay, so today we're cutting straight to a topic that, well, it might seem a little formal at first glance.
Yeah, maybe a bit dry sounding.
Right. But honestly, it's absolutely fundamental if you're launching a career in real estate.
Yeah.
We're talking about understanding state licensing requirements. Think of this as your shortcut to getting really well informed on this. It's essential stuff. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, let's do it because, for so many people, licensing just looks like a pile of paperwork, doesn't it?
Totally. Just hoops to jump through.
Exactly. But what often surprises folks, especially new agents, is that it's actually the bedrock, the absolute foundation.
How so?
Well, it ensures professional standards, right?
Yeah.
It protects the public, builds trust in the whole market. So what we want to do here is give you some real-world insights.
Okay.
Kind of connect the dots so you get the full picture without feeling totally buried under an avalanche of information.
Yeah, nobody wants that info overload. And by the end of this deep dive, the idea is you'll walk away with, well, not just a vague notion, but actual concrete strategies.
Right. Practical stuff.
Practical strategies for navigating these requirements.
Right.
We'll flag some common pitfalls too, things to avoid. Because, in this business, being forewarned really is being forearmed.
It absolutely is.
This isn't theory class, it's practical guidance, essential for new agents. We'll go beyond just the surface level, dive into specific examples, maybe some short case studies.
Good idea.
And actionable tips you can use right away. The goal is for you to get this knowledge quickly, but also thoroughly. Have those little aha moments where it all clicks.
And I'd really encourage you listening to think critically here because really understanding these requirements, it does more than just help you pass an exam.
Okay.
It genuinely empowers your whole career. What's fascinating and often missed is how adopting a proactive mindset towards licensing. Well, it isn't just about ticking boxes for compliance.
Okay. So it's more than just following rules.
Much more. It's about turning a necessary step into a real strategic advantage. Connecting the why it matters to your bigger professional journey. Understanding what to do and why it matters.
That's a really crucial distinction, isn't it? Moving from just compliance to actual strategic advantage. So when we talk about truly understanding state licensing, what does that mean beyond just memorizing the rules?
Well, it means getting the spirit of the rules.
Right.
Their purpose.
Yeah.
Think about it, right? A regulation that says you need a separate trust account for earnest money.
Standard practice.
Right. But it isn't just some random bureaucratic step. It's there to protect client funds, to prevent commingling, to maintain financial integrity.
Okay, so understanding the underlying protection.
Exactly. If you get that, you're not just following a rule blindly. You're actively upholding a professional standard that protects everyone involved. It's recognizing your license is a privilege.
A privilege to practice.
Yeah, and that means a continuous commitment to those standards.
So it's not just a credential you get once and forget. It's dynamic, ongoing. That makes a lot more sense. What's a common mistake or misconception you see, especially with newer agents, about their license?
Oh, one of the biggest ones. Assuming licensing requirements are the same everywhere, uniform across all states.
I can see how that would happen.
It happens all the time. But they are absolutely not uniform. Each state has its own specific rules for everything.
Like what specifically?
Well, initial qualification, the pre-licensing education hours, what's on the exam, the continuing education, renewal times, all of it. For instance, did you know Alabama requires 60 hours of pre-licensing?
Okay.
But Florida, just a couple of states over, needs 63 hours. And the Florida exam, often quite different, maybe more focused on their specific state contract law.
Wow. Okay. That's a significant difference just hours-wise, let alone content.
Exactly. And not doing that initial research, just assuming uniformity, that can lead to serious delays, maybe fines, or even discovering you can't actually practice when you thought you could. So the takeaway is always verify the specific state regulations where you plan to work. Always.
That's a really vital distinction. It's so easy to assume things are consistent. What's another common trap? Maybe something more on the administrative side.
Yeah, definitely. Procrastination. Or just underestimating the time needed for things like continuing education or getting that renewal application in on time.
The admin stuff we all love.
Right. I actually knew an agent once who missed a CE deadline. They thought their online course just auto-submitted when they finished.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Turns out they missed clicking complete on the very last page. A tiny oversight.
But a big problem.
Big headache. Late fees, a temporary suspension. all until it got sorted out. Many states have really strict deadlines. Miss them, and you could face fees, suspension, or heck, even having to requalify entirely if the license lapses too long.
So being organized is key.
Absolutely critical. The strategy here is build license management right into your regular business workflow. Treat it like any other non-negotiable part of your professional development. Don't push it off.
Almost like having a compliance calendar or something.
That's a perfect way to put it. Yeah, a compliance calendar.
Makes sense. And speaking of responsibilities, what about ethics? How do ethical considerations tie into licensing beyond just, being a decent person?
Well, your license comes with a deep ethical responsibility, and it's often explicitly spelled out in state regulations and national association codes like the NAR Code of Ethics.
So it's codified.
Exactly. And neglecting to understand the specific code of ethics for your state or your associations, that can lead to really severe disciplinary actions. Things like a proper disclosure of property defects, how you handle client funds, accurately representing your client's best interests. These aren't just good ideas or best practices. They are often legally mandated parts of holding your license.
So a blind spot there could actually cost you your license.
Absolutely. Yeah. It could jeopardize your entire ability to practice. The guidance is, don't just skim the ethics code. Really internalize it. Let it guide every single decision.
Okay, so it's not just a guideline. It's foundational to keeping that license active and in good standing. What about learning beyond the minimum CE hours?
That's another common pitfall, actually, especially for new agents. They focus so hard on just passing that initial exam.
Understandable. It's a big hurdle.
It is. But then they sometimes neglect the ongoing learning aspect. And the thing is, the real estate market, the laws, best practices, they're constantly changing, evolving.
Right. Things don't stand still.
Never.
Yeah.
So staying current means more than just logging the minimum CE hours. It means actively seeking out information on new legislation, market trends, evolving ethical standards. Think about all the recent industry talk around the NAR settlement.
Huge topic right now.
Huge. Staying truly current means understanding how those changes are being interpreted and, importantly, enforced by your specific state's real estate commission, because that directly impacts how you might draft buyer agency agreements now or disclose commissions.
Oh, okay. So it's state-specific interpretation that matters most.
Yes. That deeper state-specific understanding gives you a strategic edge. You can advise clients confidently on complex current issues.
Got it. It really is about continuous professional development, not just that initial hurdle. So let's make this even more concrete. You mentioned different license types earlier. Can we dig into that a bit, maybe with some examples?
Sure, absolutely. Most people just think real estate agent, right? But if you dive deeper, there are often distinctions.
Like what?
Well, for example, in many states, if your plan is to deal with selling businesses, the business itself plus its assets, you might need a separate business broker license.
Oh, interesting. Not just the standard license.
Often not.
Yeah.
It usually involves different education, maybe a different exam focus compared to residential sales. Some states even have separate licenses for, say, timeshare resale agents.
Wow.
Yeah, and those might fall under totally different regulatory bodies sometimes. So the practical guidance here is, don't just assume a general real estate license covers every single type of transaction you might want to do.
So you need to research up front based on your niche or goals.
Exactly. Research the exact type of license you need for your specific career path and figure out the pathway to get it.
That really highlights the need for precise planning from the start. Can you maybe give us a quick, real-world case study, a scenario that ties some of these points together?
Okay, yeah. Let's imagine two new agents. We'll call them Sarah and Mark.
Yeah.
Sarah saw her pre-licensing as just a hoop to jump through. She crammed just enough to pass the test. First year's CE, she did it last minute, picked the easiest online courses she could find.
Okay, checking the box.
Basically. Now, Mark approached his initial education and his continuing learning with more curiosity. He tried to understand the why behind the rules.
The spirit of the law, like you said earlier.
Exactly. So fast forward, a new state law comes out requiring specific digital disclosures for all offers. Sarah.
Oh, well, she struggled.
How so?
She had to scramble, reread the regs, felt unsure advising her clients. She was reactive. Mark, though. Having understood the core principles of disclosure from day one, and importantly, keeping up with official state commission updates,
He was prepared.
he grasped the nuances quickly, proactively updated his workflow, confidently guided his clients through the new requirements, maintained their trust, kept his professional edge.
That's a perfect illustration. It really shows the difference that mindset makes, doesn't it?
Night and day. It shows how deeper understanding, not just rote compliance, makes all the difference in practice.
So for someone listening right now wanting to apply this immediately, what's one concrete, actionable tip they can maybe implement this week? Okay, a really practical, actionable tip. Create a licensing compliance calendar. Seriously.
Tell me more.
The minute you get your license, or hey, even while you're studying for it, map out all the key dates. Your license expiration date, obviously, all your continuing education deadlines, any required reporting dates for professional associations, even the renewal dates for those associations. Put them in your calendar.
Digital calendar, paper planner, whatever works.
Whatever works. And set reminders, not just for the week before. Set them a month out, maybe even 2 months out.
Gives you breathing room.
Exactly. This proactive organization prevents those panicked last-minute scrambles. It ensures you're always ahead of the curve, always compliant without the stress.
That is a solid, practical step anyone can take. Love that. Any other go-to resource or maybe a habit you'd recommend building?
Absolutely. Identify and bookmark your state's official real estate commission website. Make it your single source of truth.
Go straight to the source.
Always. Because so much misinformation can fly around, Colleagues might misunderstand a rule or things get outdated.
Yeah, the grapevine isn't always accurate.
Rarely is for official stuff. By consistently going to the official source for all of the requirements, any updates, the correct forms, you ensure accuracy. For example, say you're thinking about practicing in a neighboring state too.
Reciprocity.
Exactly. You'd look up their specific reciprocity agreements on their commission's website. These agreements let licensed agents in one state get a license in another, sometimes without repeating all the pre-licensing ed or the full exam.
Though maybe still a state law portion.
Often, yes. There might still be a state-specific part you need to pass. But the point is, engaging directly with the authoritative source empowers you. You'll always be compliant and confident.
Those are fantastic points. They really tie together the practical side with the strategic thinking we talked about. You can really see how understanding these requirements isn't just some annoying hurdle.
Not at all.
It's actually a pathway to professionalism and ultimately to success. So as we start to wrap up this deep dive, we've definitely covered a lot of valuable ground today. Essential insights into understanding state licensing requirements, key strategies for approaching them proactively, not reactively.
Right.
And some really practical advice that hopefully makes a difference. We really hope you're feeling well-informed now and maybe a bit more confident navigating this really crucial part of your real estate journey.
Yeah, and our encouragement to you is take this knowledge, internalize it, and actually apply it. Remember, knowledge is, it's most valuable when it's understood and actively used.
Connects directly to growth.
Directly connects to your personal growth in this business.
Okay.
And, for ongoing guidance, support on your journey, thriveinrealestate.org is a really valuable resource to check out.
Good resource. And before we let you go, here's that quick tip we promised for new agents, specifically on understanding licensing requirements. Always verify your state-specific continuing education requirements well ahead of your renewal date. Avoid that last-minute stress. Mark those calendars like we talked about.
Excellent tip. And maybe one final thought to leave you with, so we connect this all back to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
How might a really deep, ongoing commitment to understanding and adapting to these state licensing requirements, how might that not just prevent problems down the road, but maybe even unlock unexpected opportunity?
Well, opportunities like what?
Maybe for specialization or even innovation within the industry itself. Something to perhaps ponder as you move forward in your career.
That is a fantastic thought to leave everyone with. Brilliant. Okay, that's all for today's deep dive. Definitely join us next time as we continue your journey. We're taking things further with episode 11, how to pick the right brokerage. So stay curious, keep learning, and we'll catch you then.